the American Music Awards.
I'm so excited to be here with Dr. Patrick Mahaney, celebrity vet. And who do we have here?
This is Cardiff the Welsh Terrier, who's the greatest muse for my veterinary practice.
Oh, he is so sweet. Look how good he's been.
It's been a long day, but he's holding up.
My dogs are terrible. So I have terriers and they really hold me hostage. My dogs are so bad. So, with the holidays coming up and people tend to slip the doggies a little bit off the table.
Sure.
What are some of the food items that we can feed our little guys and some items that we want to avoid?
Sure, great question. So, there's actually many Thanksgiving foods that you can feed your pet that are very safe. We always have to consider, though, what is their day-to-day diet. If your dog eats a day-to-day diet of kibble and they eat a lot of turkey or something like that, they're probably going to get diarrhea or could vomit. So I would do small amounts of white meat turkey with no skin, perhaps some sweet potato or some other kind of vegetable like that, provided it doesn't have too much butter or sugar in it. And definitely avoid anything that has garlic, leeks, onions,
no garlic?
chives.
I'm always confused whether garlic, can dogs have onions?
I would not feed anything in that family. Garlic, small amounts, okay, but you kind of never know when a small amount inadvertently becomes a large amount. So just minimize. But then other things like green beans, a lot of people have green beans at Thanksgiving.
That's okay,
great.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so green beans.
If you're making your pumpkin pie, maybe save some of that canned pumpkin and use that in your dog's food. It's a great fiber source that also can help to promote more formed stools. And always consider take away a portion of your pet's meal that they would eat before you give them that Thanksgiving food, so they don't overindulge.
Don't overfeed them.
And definitely no alcohol. No spiked cider, no eggnog.
Oh,
no wine.
That is not nice to do to little Fido, is it? What are some of the more common mistakes that people make with their pets that you see in your practice?
I think generally a lot of people don't address health issues until they get more severe. It's really important that pets have an annual physical exam, so that means at least every 12 months going to the vet. But also, I brush Carter's teeth every day. I'm dedicated myself to keeping his mouth as clean as possible so that his immune system can stay healthy, because he's currently in the process of a second course of chemotherapy for lymphoma. So I want to try to prevent stress on his immune system by keeping his mouth as free of bacteria as possible. So important. Then also, so periodontal disease and obesity are the number 1 and 2 diseases that we veterinarians see on a day-to-day basis in clinical practice. Both are completely preventable, and a lot of them, and both actually have irreversible consequences if you don't manage them. So every day, dedicate yourself to doing something active with your pet. Always give them restricted calories, like whatever the bag says to feed or the can says or whatever feeding guideline you're following. Feed 25 to 33% less.
Less than what it says on the bag?
Absolutely. Because a lot of times people feed by sight. They just kind of visually think it's too
That's what I do.
I
have 2 little ones and I just dump and they eat until they're full, and I never measure.
It's important. It depends on what your dog's current body composition is.
My dogs are skinny, luckily.
Then
They're skinny. I have
something
skinny
is working
dogs.
well for them. Unfortunately, the Association for Pet Obesity Prevention, or APOP, they do an annual survey, and in 2014 there's over 100 million obese cats and dogs in this country. So we as a society need to focus on feeding less and also feeding foods that are high quality. Like kibble does not exist in nature. It is not the way to go. Your pets really should be just eating real meat, real vegetables, real fruit, some real grains. They're going to get what they need from those. They don't have to eat like a nutritionally complete and balanced nugget. Especially because that's also made with feed-grade ingredients that have been deemed unfit for human consumption.
Wow.
Some of them which even have more toxins.
Aw, little guy's getting
antsy.
He's ready to get down. Well, where can we find out more about your practice and the best way to take care of our pets?
I do a lot of writing about pet health, and also do some on-camera work and radio, which all appears on my website, which is patrickmahaney.com. PatrickMahaney.com.
Well, Dr. Mahaney,
yes.
thank you so much.
American Music Awards.